Aiboan, Wanakkam, Assalamu alaikum. Wish everybody a good day. I am a member of the Prana Foundation and I'm also a board member. The Prana Foundation wishes to is actually established to ensure that women's rights and those who are young women who have issues, social issues, political issues are looked after. The vision is Annie's vision. What we want to do is to help young women in Sri Lanka because we realize that there are social issues, especially although we don't talk about it. There are issues in terms of family, young women who are abused, young women who are raped. Really, it's not an issue that we talk about in society today. However, the Prana Foundation will like to help women who are in trouble. And in the vision of our founder, we want to ensure that we go to the village level, to the urban level, and support other charities also. So for that end, we will be raising funds and support in any other way that's possible to ensure that women in this country and young women in this country are looked after when they're in trouble. There are other foundations also. However, we feel that there is a necessity to support at the village level. So we are actually having an alliance with two other organizations that already are working. So we do not want to reinvent the wheel, but however, we want to support as much as possible in any way we can. So I, being a politician, is invited to be on this board, but I'm not coming on board as a politician. I am coming on board as someone who really cares for the next generation of this country, because I strongly believe that the next generation of this country is the future of this country. So therefore, I accepted the invitation to be on the board, and I would support the foundation in any way I possibly can. Again, thank you to our chairman, Tirani Artigala, for inviting me onto the board and giving me the opportunity to support the foundation. Thank you.
Okay, so tonight's event was all about launching the Prana Foundation, which has been established to continue the great work that Annie De Silva, together with the Prana Lounge, have done over the past several years in supporting and empowering girls and young women who have really become vulnerable in society, particularly through two charities, the Women's Development Centre and Emerge. And tonight we had spokespeople from both of those charities who told us about the great work they're doing in helping young girls who have been through the most unfortunate circumstances really come out of their traumas through healing therapies, through support, giving them shelter, giving them safety. And the key word tonight was safety from violence, from domestic violence of all kinds, sexual, emotional, psychological, physical. So many women and girls in this nation are really need help. And so this foundation has been set up to support those charities who are doing such great jobs throughout the nation, helping these girls not just heal, but also continue their lives in the most normal way possible through becoming educated, doing O-levels, A-levels. We heard a story about a young girl who at the age of 11 was tragically made pregnant by her own father, and now has run her own business, employed her own husband to run the business, and is helping other women, girls that have been through what she'd been through. So this is what the Annie Prana Foundation is about, continuing the legacy of Annie De Silva and Prana Lounge in supporting and helping these vulnerable young girls and women.
Hi, my name's Joanne, and I'm one of the board members of the Annie Prana Foundation. Annie was a really dear friend of mine, and after her passing, I really felt like we needed to do something more for the work that she'd originally started on the Women's Development Centre in Kandy. For me, introducing my brand was always about women's empowerment in Sri Lanka, and that's one of the things I also want to bring to the foundation, bring to the foundation and also the Women's Development Centre as well. Annie was a very strong woman, and she brought that female empowerment up to the Women's Development Centre at the time, and it's all about supporting these girls, through the traumatic experiences that they've faced, but also offering more support in terms of how they develop their career paths and their livelihoods beyond where they're at right now. It really, really feels very, very important to me as a mother as well, that these girls are looked after and that we do keep supporting such places within Sri Lanka ongoing, and that's what the Ani Prana Foundation is all about.